What is up, guys? JayFerGaming here and welcome back to F1XL Season 9 race highlights. This is round 10, nearly halfway through the season, and this one's the Japanese Grand Prix. If you're new to my channel, do remember to hit subscribe for more F1XL highlights and career modes, etc, etc. But yeah, surprisingly for this lobby we only have 7 drivers, which sounded disappointing, but it was actually quite an exciting race, I've got to say. I don't know if it was related to the Canadian Grand Prix in real life, but yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but it is a really good race. So into qualifying, we do have the threat of rain at the start of the race, so we could just use all our soft compound tyres. And early on I did take pole position initially. I was the first one on the soft compound tyres, so yeah, not a surprise there. And this was my final run. We're currently in P3 and we're currently a couple of tenths up on our previous best, though we are 4 tenths off our teammate who currently has pole position. We've been knocked down to P4, but we'll come to the line. This very tricky final corner, so difficult with oversteer, but we'll come to the line. 2 tenths up puts us up to P3. And we'll see the final result. We got demoted to P5, but strangely, we got the exact same lap time as our rival in the championship, Jack Sparr, yet I set the lap before him. So nice Codemastered F1 logic there. But my teammate takes pole, and we're 5th out of 7. So building up to the start of the Japanese Grand Prix. Wet conditions here, so it's going to be very tricky. 5 lights and away we go. A decent start overall. Jack looks like he's moving over to the left to cover us, and we get just a random back end stepping out there, so we lose a little bit of momentum. Hansen's gone wide at turn 1. We've got Jigglypuff up our inside, so we're going to try and hang around the outside to make sure we can keep him behind us. And yes, we do pretty nicely up to P4. So even with that bit of a scary moment with Jack Sparr, it was only a slight back end step out, but I nearly lost it. I did the same at Sparr as well, but yeah, solid start. Let's see how we can keep up with the cars around us. But lap 2 now. Jigglypuff behind us was putting me under a bit of pressure, and I might have to go defensive into turn 1. No, we don't actually, but Jack Sparr made a mistake into turn 1. So easy to do, especially in these conditions. So that promotes us up to P3, and with him being our rival in the championship, that's great to see. We just want to beat him, really, aiming for that P6 in the championship. But Jigglypuff was a little bit quicker at some points of the track, and I'm not sure if this was an overtake or he outbroke himself, but oh, I didn't see this coming. He made slight contact. Luckily, I didn't spin there. I don't think Jigglypuff received any damage there, so it's all good. But he was on my tail once again, just struggling so badly with that final corner. It's so difficult without traction control on. But yeah, he's going for the move here. We have to go defensive into turn 1, and that was just going to be my plan every time someone came close to me. Just go defensive all the way down to turn 1, hug the inside, and they probably won't be able to get past me. I mean, this is the next lap, and it's basically the same thing. Apart from he is slightly close, and once again, you can see we're just fighting the wheels so much. But again, it doesn't look like he has the straight line speed just to breeze past me. Luckily, DRS isn't enabled. Otherwise, he probably would. But once again, looks like we're going to defend the inside. He tries to go round the outside this time. Very tricky move to do, but I suppose it is possible in these conditions. So we defend it nicely once again. So he seems to be a little bit quicker than us, but if you can't get past, then yeah, what can you do? I'm doing a nice defensive job. To be fair, I am honing in my defensive skills this season with the amount of defending I've got to do, but it's looking pretty good overall this race. And yeah, it seems like the rain is holding up a little bit, and it could be dry conditions in the next couple of laps. Once again, holding back. It's Hansen this time who's overtaken Jigglypuff. Yeah, so I thought at the end of this lap, oh, we could pit, but there was a few spots of rain on my lens here on the camera. I decided to go for another lap because, of course, we'll probably be stacking once again with our teammate. I hate it when the race starts with rain and then it goes to dry conditions, because I know most times I'm going to have to stack behind my teammate, which is a little bit frustrating. Hansen once again tries to move, but we defend nicely once again. And yeah, you can see on the mini-map, the 3 cars at the back have gone into the pits. It seems like it is time for dry tyres, and oh, I was gutted because I'd missed out by like 5-10 seconds. Oh, I should have gone in. I should have just gone for it. But Hansen goes for the move here into the final chicane. We're both probably coming into the pits, so I thought I'd back off here as we were coming into the pits just in case he wasn't going in, but I thought he would. But weirdly, we get this glitch where we can't accelerate. Yeah, I've not had this before, but yeah, at least it slows us down for the line. It's not like we have pit assist on either, so coming into the pits, we don't actually get held up that badly. So we've lost a little bit of time, but nothing too much. But the cars behind us have obviously got the undercut. Jigglypuff is up to P3 now, so we lost after him. Pred's in P4. I'm not sure what happened to him, if he had a penalty or time penalty or something, but yeah, he's definitely closer to us now. And with these hard compound tyres, my plan was to potentially go to the end of the race. I knew they could do around 14 to 16 laps. 17 laps now might be a bit of a stretch, but let's see if we can manage these tyres. I do seem to struggle on the hardest compound usually, but yeah, these tyres actually felt really good for this race, I've got to say. But we're closing on the back of Hansen on lap 15 now. I'm not sure if he had a bit of damage, but I was closing in on him very quickly. He's into the pits now, and now we have Jack Sparr, champion rival, behind us, and we're going to go for the classic defensive move we've gone for throughout this race. But unfortunately with DRS now, it's much easier for the other car to get past. But there was a bit of lag for Jack, which it really did concern me. I just thought it would be my luck this season that I get taken out by a bit of lag. And yeah, I was thinking, I swear, if I get taken out in this race, I'm going to rage. I really am. I probably wouldn't rage quit. That's not something I tend to do. But yeah, I would have been so annoyed. But surprisingly, the exit from the hairpin was pretty good. And yeah, we just breezed past Jack here. Bit of a squeeze on. Bit of a risky move here. But yeah, we got past. I'm not sure if Jack was saving fuel there. But yeah, it was a nice move up to P4. And yeah, looks like he'll get the benefit of the slipstream down here into 130R. And yeah, I kind of expected him to go for the move so I don't go up to Rich Mix. I wouldn't have minded again DRS on the start finish straight, but Jack seems to wait here. Has to, yeah, he's thinking quite smartly to get DRS because he knows he probably will get past me. So yeah, I was kind of expecting it coming down, and we have Mav just behind us as well, this big battle here. So Hansen's quite far back on the minimap. Jigglypuff's into the pits now, so we're back up to P3, so this could be a battle for the final step of the podium. So Jack goes to the move again. This time he is closer, so I can fight back on the inside. A little bit of lag once again, and yeah, here we go. Here comes a bit of an incident. Of course it does, because I have an incident practically every race. Into the gravel. Well, fair play to Jack here. He actually does wait for me. But yeah, I was really annoyed. But looking back at the footage, it was actually my fault. I didn't think that at the time, but yeah, fair play to Jack. So I respect him for that, but he probably shouldn't have done it, because you'll see here, I just misjudged his pace through this left-hander. I thought he'd just go straight through, but he seems to brake a little bit. I just go into the side of him. And yeah, contact into the gravel. Mav takes 2 positions there, and we just regain our composure, get back on the track. And yeah, Jack goes into the pits, so yeah, it seems like everyone is going to pit again, as Jigglypuff is closed in after he's made his, I think, final pit stop. He's on the medium compound tyres as well, so it might be quite difficult to keep him behind us. But I thought at this point I probably am going to the end, but I'm going to keep the soft compound tyres there just in case I need to pit. So Jigglypuff in the slipstream, DRS, and it should be a pretty easy overtake. DRS just so overpowered, it's annoying, can't do anything about this. And yeah, he's up to P3, but we have quite a margin to the likes of Mav, Hansen and Jack Sparr, so I thought this strategy could be possible. The main threat here is me getting a puncture, and I got my first puncture last time out in Bahrain for the first time in ages, so that was in the back of my mind. But I stuck with Jigglypuff for the whole lap, so these tyres are holding up pretty nicely. I've got to say, I just really did enjoy racing on these hard compound tyres, but Jigglypuff doesn't go for my tactic of defending. He just pretty much lets me pass, which I thought was quite surprising, because it is a bit easier to defend going into turn 1 here with the inside line. But hey, it didn't happen. We're back up to P3, and now we actually started to pull away from Jigglypuff, which, considering he was on newer, softer tyres, was a bit of a surprise. But with 4 laps to go, we have 66% tyre wear on the front right, and that was a big concern, especially with 130R. There would be a lot of stress on the front right tyre. But yeah, we're looking pretty strong coming on to the final lap. 79%. At this point I was just managing the tyres, because I did have a 3-second penalty, but so did Jigglypuff. And yeah, the gap behind, I pulled the gap out. I don't know what was going on, to be honest, but yeah, this one-stop strategy has actually paid off. I was really surprised that the tyres lasted this long, and I actually had the pace to pull away. It was great to have some pace around this track after probably my worst league race ever last time out in Bahrain. But it looks like we're coming to the line, and we're going to record our first podium of the season with this P3. Might have only been 7 drivers, but I think even if there was a full lobby, we would have been up there as well. It was a great race. We did have that penalty, and ended up in third. I actually think we could have got P2 without that incident with Jack Spa, which is unfortunate, but yeah, can't get too greedy. So our teammate takes the victory, so 40 points for the Renault team, absolutely brilliant. And we got 9 more points than Jack Spa, so that worked out well for us. Nuthead, our teammate, takes the lead of the driver standings. We're up to P6. You can see that 9-point buffer. It looks like it could be a battle between the two of us for P6, so that should be pretty interesting. I think Hansen's probably too far ahead in P5, but hopefully we have more drivers in the future. But if you did enjoy that race, please do leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time out. Goodbye.